as there is a saying, practice make perfect. So learning English is not easy at all, but for sure we can try, and you all can try also. And
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pinya Sai podcast program. I'm Teresa, and I'm here with my amazing friend to talk about barriers of learning English in Myanmar. So, my friend, could you introduce yourself and how you're doing now?
yes, thank you for inviting me here, and I'm glad to see you all. I'm Margaret Gunzman. I come from Hakachin State, and now I'm studying in Pingat Sanyi to become an effective teacher so that I can support students in Myanmar as much as I can. Yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. You are trying to be an effective teacher and to support our country by teaching. So I'm really happy to hear that. And yes, to start, can you tell us why learning English is very important for people in our country?
Oh, it's a good question. Yes, learning English is very important for many people because, as we know, the world is becoming a global village, and English is an official language. So, for many people to communicate with different people from different countries, we need to speak in English. And also from our country, for youth, also when we want to go abroad for study, or maybe if we want to work in tourism or international company, so at that time we need English to communicate. And also for academic, I mean education,
Yes.
many books and resources are mostly written in English. So to accept that kind of resource, and also to use internet, which is mostly used in English. So we really need English to learn English.
Yes, I will agree with you. You said that nowadays, English is very important to find a job or to get a job. I say yes. So for the next question, from your own experience, what was the most difficult part of learning English when you started?
Oh, when I start learning English, the hardest part was understanding grammar. English grammar and our grammar is quite different. And in English, they have like tense. They really focus on tense, like past tense, present, future. But in Myanmar, we don't usually use correctly. But in English, yes, if we wrong that part, the all the things is wrong. And also another one is pronunciation. For our language, we don't usually focus on the ending sounds, But for English, if we don't put the ending sound correctly, or maybe if we wrong the pronunciation, it's mean another things, or maybe it can be another meaning. So I was really struggle with that part. And another one is sentence structure. English sentence and our sentence are like upside down. We when we try to translate, we went back from back side to the start. But in English, it's quite different. So I also struggle with that part. And for pronunciation is for some English words, they are differently sound from their writing. So yes, until now I'm struggling with that pronunciation also.
Yes, I also like you, or like a sentence ending or what sounds as like this. So for God, I'm also struggling. And like in sentence, also we go in Burmese like a subject, object, verb. But in English, it's subject with object. So yeah, I also face that difficulties. Yes, so for the next question is like, in Myanmar, do you think students have enough resources like books or internet access to help learn English? And what are some challenges that they faced?
In big cities like Yangon, students may have internet or books or teachers.
Yes.
Then maybe for them it will be easier to get resource. But in rural areas, it's very difficult to get that kinds of resource. Like even if they have internet, it's very slow. So we they can't access, or they can watch movie or video clips from YouTube. And also if even though they want to attend online courses, because of the internet connection, so they can't attend any online courses. And also for that part, rural area parts, is they don't have others book. They only have English textbook, and then they only rely on that textbook. So mostly students or youths from rural area fall behind. Yes.
Yes, that's true. You're as you're trying to be an effective teacher, especially English teacher, right? And as you're learning English, so I would like to ask that how important teachers in helping students learn English, and do you think they have enough trained English teacher in Myanmar?
Uh, for a teachers, the rules of teacher is very, very important in learning English for students. But in Myanmar, many teachers are less well trained. Many teachers also, they don't speak English. So when they teach English, instead of focusing on using English in daily life, they mainly focus on memorization or exam or vocabularies. It like for myself also, when we are in basic education, we just memorize all the vocabs or all the sentence. We don't have any extra time to practice our English, speaking, listening, everything. We just remember, and then we just study, but rely on the textbook. So as a teacher also, to help or to support students to be able to speak or use English in their daily life. So it's very important. A teacher is also very important for a student. Yes.
Yes, I agree with you. In learning, teachers are very important. To learn or to support students. To be a good student. So let's go to government side and education policy. So do you think government and schools are doing enough to help to learn English in our country, and what could be improved?
In current situation, the government try to change the education system from teaching center to student center approach. But this change is happening slowly, and many schools still use rote method. These rote methods do not help students learn English. But government could also introduce, to help the student learn English. The government can introduce extra programs like conversation clubs or language exchange groups, or many other things. Yes. And for students also, and also teachers, if the government can provide more trainings for teachers, and also in the school, if we can get better materials for learning English, it will help a lot. Yes.
And with more technology like online phones, mobile phones, and online courses, do you think learning English is getting easier? And are there any challenges?
With more technology, for sure, learning English is getting easier in big cities, for students in big city, because they have smartphones or laptops or tablets or many others materials or device that help them to access YouTube videos or online courses or many other apps. But in rural area, even though they have internet, or let's say they have device, as internet is slow and expensive, not everyone can use technology to learn English. And also many students don't know which apps or courses or website are good for learning English. For myself also, when I start to learn English, I need to teach myself how to use some applications, how to find the video from YouTube or many others, and also for website also I need to teach myself. I need to find myself because there is nobody to help me. So even though technology helps a lot, there are many challenges still we have. Yes.
Thank you, Margaret. As we are coming to the end, I have asked many questions like complex and difficult, but you have answered very well. So finally, I would like to ask, what advice would you give to people who are trying to learn English or who are learning English?
Yes, my advice is as there is a saying, practice make perfect. So learning English is not easy at all, but for sure we can try, and you all can try also.
Yes.
And for a learner, use all the resources that you have. Like you may have smartphones, and at that time download every free apps that are good to learn English, and also watch some video clips or movie from YouTube's everywhere. Everything that you can get free, use all those things. And also find a partners or find a groups to study English so that you can practice your speaking skill. Mainly YouTube's videos and apps are good for grammar or maybe listening skill, but to speak you need to practice. We all need to practice. So make sure that you find a partner or a group to study together. And also I think of government and school also can change a lot, and then if they try and change, yeah, for sure students in Myanmar, our country, will get more chance or a better chance to study in the future. Yes.
Thank you for joining us today. This is Margaret from Dinya Saye, batch 16.
That's all for today. We will see you in the next podcast video. Bye-bye.
Bye.